Hey everybody, it's Avery. I am here like I promised. I am bringing you guys the I'm bringing you guys the how-to application to fill out the DV lottery form in its entirety. Anybody is eligible once they have either a high school diploma or 2 years of relevant work experience in a 7 SVP group. So if you just graduated school and you're only 17, if you're 16, you still can qualify because you literally have a high school diploma. So don't think of yourself too young. If you have that high school diploma, you can use that to apply. So let's get into it. Yeah. Okay, let's get straight to it. Now, the most important thing is going to be your photo. You can literally be disqualified for your photo. So you want to make sure that it meets the requirements, that it's 2x2, that you're in front of a white background, and then you don't not have on a white shirt so they can see your full face. It's not to the side or anything. So that's the main thing there. If you take your photo yourself, which you can then go right to Canva, set the preset size 2x2 inches. That's the size that it needs to be. Okay, guys. If you don't know how to take your photo, just literally, I have a video of my husband taking a photo of me just to show you guys because that's what we did when we won. And you can just stand in the front of a white background, take your photo, and then crop it to the size that it needs to be. Like your photo has to be a certain standard, okay? So you can't just put your whole body in the picture. It can't be a group photo for you and your family. You literally have to have a photo, a passport like or visa photo for each one of you. And I should say visa because the visa requirements is 2x2. Okay, so once you've gotten your photo and you're in Canva, you bring it in. I have a little video right there. And you just want to zoom it in. You should not be wearing glasses. You should not be wearing any hats, any uniforms, or anything of that nature. So keep that in mind. So you're going to be right here, zooming in. So it could look just like a passport photo. Continue zooming until your head looks the same size. Like your shoulder isn't showing that much. I did make it a little bigger. Yeah, so this would have been the best size to have it. And then save it. You want to save it as a JPEG, not a PNG, but a JPEG. So you would have see I came back and resaved this. And then I think I also did a little video to show you guys of the photo that my husband took of me. Like, first of all, don't laugh at me with my little stocking cap. I ain't have my wig on, but I love y'all that much that I'm putting this out there so that you guys can see how to do it. Okay, so you want to make sure that your hair isn't too much in your face. Your whole face is in the shot. Like these are the things that you have. Okay, you don't want to lose because of your photo. It's gonna automatically disqualify you. Now another thing that I normally do is check my photo to see if it meets the requirements. And to do that, I go to the CEAC website. I choose Nassau, Bahamas, and then I do test photo. I upload the photo, and then it's gonna let us know if we have if we meet the necessary requirements. It's gonna say the photo was successful or it passed. So you'll see that this photo passed the quality standards. But personally, I would not use that photo because the hair is on the side of my face too much. And just to be on the safe side, I would like literally pull my hair back, make sure you can see both of my ears. But that's one of the best photos that I had. And I just had to use that. So we're gonna fill out the form now. So you want to go to the DV program.state.gov, go to begin entry, put in the capture code to make sure that you're not a robot, and then you want to fill out the application correctly to its truest form. If you have a middle name, you want to put exactly it as your passport has it. If you don't have a middle name, simply select no middle name. Select your gender, put your date of birth, the city where you have born. For people in Nassau, like literally Nassau is the capital. So being dumb, it's not New Providence. Choose the Bahamas, and then you choose your eligibility based on the country that you born in. But if you're going to use a country that you weren't born in, then you'd select that country because some countries that you're born in are not eligible. So yeah, You select your photo. Notice that they don't test the photo here. They take anything. So if your photo is bad and that's gonna disqualify you, that's why I stress it so much. You're gonna just lose because of that. You want to test your photo beforehand. Put in a mailing address where you can get mail, preferably one that's in the US. So if you have family in the US, use their address. Ask them first because you know how y'all go. Um, and make sure that they'll be able to afford you the information, because if you win, all of your green card, your social security stuff is going to go there. So make sure you trust them. Put in your phone number, put your email address in. Make sure your email address is correct, because if you forget your confirmation code, this is the email address that you can use to retrieve it. Also, this is the email address that they're going to use to make communication with you during the interview process. So you want to make sure, choose a high school degree at least. Primary school, you're not qualified, they won't select you. High school, no degree, you're not qualified, they won't select you. So make sure it's high school degree. Now, your marital status. If your husband is not, or husband or wife is not a U.S. citizen, select that. If you're unmarried, select that. But if you are married and they're not a U.S. citizen, select that. So I chose that just to show you guys how it would have been, and I chose one dependent, but you put how much ever kids that you have. You don't have to put US kids, so it don't really matter with that. But here you also want to put each person's information in correctly. Okay, you don't want to make a mistake, because that's going to disqualify them. It's going to disqualify you, because they're going to say you lie. The country that they were born in, the city that they were born in, and the photo you're going to use of them. And then now we're on the child. You want to put the child information, like literally put all of the information exactly how it is in your passport, because you're going to have to now, use this information in your interview process in your DS 260 form. All right. So, gender, the city that they were born in, the country that they were born in, and then you're going to choose that photo. And for this one, I chose a photo purposely that would not meet the requirements, just so you guys can see that they select anything. Like, look at that. I have a picture on top of a picture, and they're accepting that. So that tells you that they accept anything, because that's going to disqualify you. They don't have time to make sure you follow the instructions correctly. They're going to bring a page to make sure you check all your information, make sure it's correct, and then you're going to submit it. Now, this is very, very, very important. You have to print or make note of this confirmation number. I suggest just printing it and emailing it to yourself so that you can keep a safe record of it, never lost it, because you're going to need this confirmation number to check to see if you win. They don't email you to tell you that you win. They don't call you and tell you that you win. If anybody does that, it's fraud, okay? You have to come back to this website and use your confirmation number to see if you won, okay? And I'm just gonna go and show you guys some of the information, some of the requirements, because don't waste your time or the people's time. If you don't meet the requirements, it doesn't make any sense that you apply for this, because somebody else could apply and win. Because if you win and you don't meet the requirements, you're gonna be denied, and before you are even interviewed, you have to pay. So you don't want to waste your money and not make it. Now, for this selection, you don't have to pay, but if you win, you will have to pay, and you will see that right here. There's no cost to register for the TV program, but selectees who are scheduled for an interview will be required to pay a visa application fee prior to making their formal visa application, and that's going to be at the office. So you literally pay that in person. Do not pay nothing regarding this if it's not actually at an actual embassy. So um, these are some of the countries that are not eligible. So if you were born in some of these countries, then yeah, you can't apply. And then we're gonna go down to the necessary requirements, which is first be born in an eligible country, right? And then the next one is your educational work experience. So you have to have at least a high school education or its relevant equivalent, or you have to have 2 years work experience in a ONET online labor database. I think the score is 7. So I'll show you guys where to go to check that. So whatever you are, you want to put it right here in the occupation keyword search to make sure that you're eligible. If you did not finish school and you're trying to use experience to make you eligible, put whatever you do here. Let's say bellhop. busboy, whatever, right? You will see when you scroll down, they have all of the information, tasks that you do, the technological skill, the work activities, blah, blah, blah. But what's important is this job zone here. So the SVP range 4.0 to 6.0, you will not be eligible because it is a 7.0. You have to have at least a 7.0 job experience, job in a job field, whatever. So the entry period closes November 7th this year. So you have time. So just make sure you take your photos correctly. Make sure it meets the standards. Test your photo. It's not going to kill you to test your photo. It's going to take you at least a minute. Test you and all of your person's photo because that's going to determine if you win. Okay. So you guys don't want to lose because of a photo. Again, like I told you guys, U.S. children do not have to be a part of this. So you won't have to worry about that. But you do have to include all of your children, all of your adopted children. So if you are married and you have stepchildren, you still have to include them. You have to like provide their photos and everything if you want to be eligible. They do not have to come with you, but you still have to provide those that are 21 and younger. And then if you're married, you still have to provide that information for your spouse. You don't want to put unmarried and then you win and then you're gonna be denied because you lied. Okay, so you have to put that information. So I hope this information would help you guys. If you need more specific help, feel free to reach out. We're gonna do more videos on this as I am led. But yeah, so that's how to fill out the application. I hope you guys all are the best.